Hey, what's going on, guys? It's TC here. I just wanted to go over some of the things I need to, some simple housekeeping for you guys. First off, I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I've been trying to get this out to you guys for a while. I've had issues with my camera. I actually forgot it at my girl's place. Haven't been back for a few days, so I haven't picked up the camera. On top of that, when I did record it on my phone, the picture turned out great, but the audio was abysmal. I tried to do what I was doing with my GoPro and double up the camera with the audio by itself, and it just wasn't working very well. I couldn't get the video to export to my editing software on my computer. So that went wayside. Then on top of all that, I was like, fine, I will just go back and I will do what I did before. I will record it with audio, put some image on top of it, and call it a day. But lo and behold, my editing program for my audio is not responding and it's not working. And I'm not going to go in ahead and record a whole nother hour of information for you guys. So I thought I would just break it down for you guys, really nice and easy peasy for you. Keep it simple. So I will go over my week 5 predictions, how they turned out. Then I will also bring up my week 6 predictions as well. And we'll talk a little bit about the Chicago Bears game and we'll call it a day. So for week 5, I actually did better than I ever have before. It was the best showing I've had. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about it. 12-4, baby. We got 12 games right, 4 games wrong, really helping out the average. That brings us to 44, 34, and 2 on the year. Hopefully we have another great week just like we did here. There were a lot of interesting games. I started off the week with 2 losses, actually. I predicted the Broncos to beat the Colts. They did not do that. I predicted the Packers to beat the Giants. And as we all know, the Packers failed to score any points in the second half, and the Giants gifted them 2 points on a safety just because they felt so bad for it. So honestly, a terrible showing from them. And, other than that, it was a pretty good week. Honestly, I'm pretty excited about how well I did. I want to know if you guys are doing predictions. How well have they gone for you? Are you doing just as good as I am? Are you doing better? I seriously want to know, what do you guys do? What is your methodology to predicting these games? Because I would like to do a little bit better, have a little bit more consistency with those 12-4 records. But let's go ahead and dive into Thursday night football. The Bears are currently taking on the Washington Commanders, and I have been trying to say I am Team Commanders all day. That's not against Justin Fields. It's not against the Bears or anything like that. But Carson Wentz just dominates Thursday night football. He's got 6 wins, 0 losses, 107 passer rating, over 15 touchdowns through the air as well. Only 2 interceptions. The man is stellar when it comes to being able to play on Thursday night. If he was able to take that success to Sunday night football as well, gosh knows how well of a quarterback he would be. But all I could say is the Bears, as well as they can look, I do not have hope for them to do so in this contest. I know Justin Fields has the potential, but is he going to replicate that? I'm not sure. I'm not watching the game right now, actually. I'm still at work. Lucky me, but I'm wrapping up my night. I got 15 minutes and then I'm out of here. And it's going to be a good night. I get to go home and get that GoPro finally. So I will be back with videos coming up, and it will be a fantastic time. But the Bears, honestly, I feel like the biggest weakness in this game is the fact the running game and the pass rush is so bad. It's a dual-edged sword because it's those front 4 that really lay this defense down. And if they're not able to create any sort of penetration when it comes to the running game or the passing game, it's going to make it very difficult for those guys on the second level to be able to contain both the rushers and the passers as well. So if the Commanders are able to go out there and they're able to get some good ground game going, it's going to make it very difficult for Chicago. Now, I will also like to point out, you might be wondering, why do I not have any image on the screen. Why is it all black? Well, it is because I don't believe in giving the luxurious Dell Corporation my image every time I open my phone. So I have covered my image, my camera completely permanently. So yes, I just made this video because I owe you a video, and this is the best way to do it. You cannot upload mobile videos or live stream mobilely, I should say, without 50 plus subscribers, which I think is just ridiculous. I think my dedication, the amount of hours I've put into YouTube should be enough, but apparently it's not. But the Bears, if they really want a chance to succeed, their key to success in this game is to be getting off the field on defense. The biggest struggle for Chicago is these long drives they give up, and that leads to a lot of time being taken off the clock, and Chicago needs every second it can to score. Chicago takes forever to score, so monotonous, so slow moving, and they need to be able to have the time to claw back into these games. Chicago's defense needs to get off the field. So if they're able to achieve all that, I could see Chicago coming out on top. But the biggest thing is that defense. I just do not have the faith in it to being able to overcome that rush from the Commanders. But let's dive into the rest of my predictions really quick. So as I just said, Commanders over Bears in this one. Then the Ravens and Giants. This is one of the few fun games, I should say, just because there's not a lot of good games this week, to be honest. And the only reason why this is a good game is because the Giants are 4-1 and Lamar Jackson is on the other side. Lamar Jackson's had a few off games against sub-tier teams, so hopefully he's able to get back into the swing of things. He's had a few rough games back-to-back weeks, so I project him to be able to get back into that MVP caliber status in this one. Then the Jaguars face the Colts, and I want to go with the Colts in this one just because Trevor Lawrence has been so bad, but I think I'm going to rock with the Jaguars in this one just because they have the bigger potential, just like everybody says about Trevor Lawrence. Then the Patriots take on the Browns, and I got to go with Zappe and Belichick in this game. Again, I know Jacoby Brissett made it awfully close against the Chargers last week, but that Patriots defense is no joke, and I think Zappe is going to get the job done yet again. Then the Bengals square off against the Saints, and I got to go with Bango. I said Bango because I said I wanted to say Burrow and the Bengals in this one because the Saints are just not that good of a team, and the Bengals are coming off a very, very crucial loss against the Ravens that last week. So I'm looking for them to rebound in this contest against the Saints. Then the Buccaneers square off against the Steelers, and Kenny Pickett going up against two very stingy defenses to start off his NFL career. Very ballsy move by the Pittsburgh organization. But hey, I guess that means it's only up from here. These are two stellar defenses, and if he can continue to get 300-yard performances against these defenses, then look out the rest of the NFL. I would also like to see Kenny Pickett find the end zone, but I am going to go with the Buccaneers in this one. Then the 49ers take on the Falcons, and there's just too much handsomeness and too much defense with the 49ers for the Falcons and Marcus Mariota to overcome. 49ers all the way. Then the Jets square off against the Packers, and MILF Slayer Zach Wilson is going to continue his escapades of slaying other teams in their home cities just to be able to impress the local moms. He's going to be able to defeat the Packers in this one. Then the Vikings and Dolphins square off, and with all the injuries Miami's facing, I got to go with the Vikings. And then the Panthers and Rams fight each other, and I got to go with the Rams despite how bad Matthew Stafford and the Rams have been this year, but Panthers are going to be rolling it with Sam Darnold, so it should be an interesting contest to say the least. Then it's the Cardinals and Seahawks, and Seahawks all the way in this one. I know that might be controversial to some, but I have complete faith in Geno Smith. Bills and Chiefs is the hardest game to judge just because Patrick Mahomes just seems to own the Bills. However, at the same time, Josh Allen just looks so poised to be the best quarterback in the NFL. 400 yards last year through the air, 4 touchdowns. It is going to be a interesting game in this one, especially if Mahomes is able to get back into the swing of things as well. Then this game is only good because of its rivalry, not because of the teams, in my opinion. The undefeated Eagles to host the Cowboys. And honestly, I am feeling the rush. Cooper Rush is going to secure the win for them boys, and they're going to roll all over the Eagles. And especially because Jalen Hurts, he's put up decent numbers, but he's never put up stellar numbers this year. He needs to torch a defense soon, or he's going to be overrated in my book. Then the Broncos square off against the Chargers, and the Chargers are looking very good, especially because Justin Herbert was able to get by on that very ugly win against the who did they play last week? Against the Browns. That's who they played last week. So the fact that the Chargers coming off a good win, I give them that credit. And the Broncos, as good as that defense is, we know they are not able to hold, especially when Russell Wilson is there derailing the unit. Do you guys really think that Russell Wilson is as big as a problem for Denver as a lot of people in the media are making it seem to be? Or do you think it's just a little bit of overhype? I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Before we go, I want to do quick notes on our fantasy. I have won yet again. I am 4-1 on the year. My lone loss came the week previous because everybody on my team choked, and I almost choked it away this week as well. I left Herbert in at running back. He only got me 1.1 points. I spent my whole weekend at Starved Rock, so I wasn't exactly paying attention to what was going on. For those of you who don't know, Starved Rock is a state park out here in Illinois. It's very fun. Had a great time. But it was a bad showing. I went into Monday night, which I had Daniel Carlson as my kicker, down by 15 plus. It might have been a little bit more. It might have been 17-ish points. But his defense, my opponent, finished with -4 points. So it went down a few points from what it was previous. And now Daniel Carlson comes in, gets 16 points, puts me ahead to end the freaking week. It was phenomenal. I walked away smiling, dusting my shirt off, looking all fresh, just like my team. It was phenomenal. But there were a number of good games as well throughout our league. I think the best one had to have been the fact that Tyler Farringle lost in his most recent matchup. And I know, how could I be so mean to my co-host on the winner's circle? Well, it is because he was squaring off against my brother, the Italian Stallions. He won 131-120 against Tyler Farringle. And it's really disappointing for him because he had Lamar Jackson, who really crushed him with only getting 14 points, as well as Darren Waller giving him 0 points as well. So it was a very bad showing for Tyler Farringle. Great showing for my brother, getting 131 points again. Then the big fudge, my other brother, beating up on Fantasy Farringle. The Farringles are getting absolutely decimated. The only sense of relief they got was when the Marinos, my uncle and my cousin, squared off, and my uncle got decimated by my cousin. So good job, Joe. You beat your dad. That's how it's done. He also got the most points in our league this week with 158. So shout out to Joe. You know what I mean. Until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry for the format, the probably lack of audio quality with this video, the lack of a picture, but I promise you there is a story behind that lack of an image. Until next time, this has been TC with TC Talks. Thank you for bearing with me. Peace.